Hodges applied for a job as a janitor at an insurance company. The head of HR hired Hodge on the spot. Bob, the owner, is being interviewed. Hodge walks into the office and starts cleaning. He says he's gonna get Bob. Bob gets desperate and breaks the glass to get away. The reporter is shocked. Hodge says there's only 3 days left in May, and Jerry's getting married. There's a definite time and a definite place. It was the best and last chance to get Jerry. The reporter, reluctantly, asks Bob what he's going to do. Hodge snapped, saying the playwright George Bernard Shaw once said, "We don't stop playing because we get old. We don't stop playing because we stop playing." Me and my buddies, since we were kids, we've always thought it made sense. So every year in May, we played a game of catch. We've been playing that game for 30 years. Jerry never got caught. The reporter's curiosity was piqued. Now he's going to exit the game with a perfect 30-year record. And now he's going to quit the game with a perfect 30-year unbeaten record. This is much more interesting than a boring interview. The reporter immediately decided to follow Bob all the way through the game. Denver, Colorado. Tom felt something was wrong. When he asked his dad, he realized it was the end of May. Portland, Oregon. Kevin's in therapy at the psychiatric clinic. Kevin says, "But you all like to arrest me. It's a nightmare. We've been doing this for 30 years and we're tired of it. We just want to work together to catch Jerry." Kevin heard about it and joined the team. The 4 of them went down to the basement of the Hodges house to talk about what to do about Jerry. When Jerry found out, they went to the country club. Hodge and the others were furious that Jerry had escaped again. But when they saw that Jerry's fiancée, Susan, was there, they didn't feel like arresting him again. They called a truce. In the rules of the game included a clause about not disrupting the wedding. The reporters were surprised. "It's just a game. Is it necessary to sign an agreement?" Hodge said, "If you knew how much we've paid for this game, we've been working on this game for 30 years, then you'd understand. It was worth it to sign a deal for him." 5 men broke into Jerry's house in the night. Hodge saw a receipt for a garment pickup and a little note from Jerry saying he wasn't home. Jerry made a video call. Hodge took a closer look. "How could you break into my childhood bedroom?" Bob said. "You broke into his bedroom." Hodge ignored it. He was arguing with Jerry on the screen. Hodges was furious, ran back to his parents' house, and realized there was a bomb. Jerry wasn't even there. It turns out Jerry was in the basement of his house the whole time. The video call to Hodges' bedroom, it was just a backdrop, and he's holding the same toy Hoagie was holding. 5 guys getting screwed over by 1 guy. Hoagie's not happy. He stayed up till dawn. She came to the mall dressed as an old lady and found Jerry picking up a tuxedo. He dropped his satchel, pretending not to notice. Jerry picked it up and recognized Hodges' shoes. Hodge was subdued. Afternoon at the country club. The 5 Hodges were at Jerry's wedding rehearsal party. They agreed to split up and block the door as soon as the party was over. 5 minutes before the party ended, Bob was there at the last second before the party ended. He got to his spot exactly where he needed to be. Jerry escaped into an empty spot that Bob wasn't guarding. The 3 of them were about to split up. Suddenly, they realized that the 3 of them were surrounded by Jerry. Seeing that Zeely had been eliminated by Jerry, Hodges and Kevin have retreated to the outskirts of the forest. There's a river on the other side of the forest. They could have easily taken out all the Jerrys, but they didn't catch Jerry. At night, the guys met up at the bar. They decided to go to Jerry's gym. "We'll get a lead from the TA." The TA said Jerry was at church. He's in a support group. In the morning, the 4 of them arrive at the church, blocked all the exits. Jerry's holding a thermos and telling his story. Chili, who was part of the group, tried to sneak up on him from behind. He was hit by a thermos. The doorway was full of mousetraps and Jerry couldn't get out. He hid in the church kitchen. He locked the windows and the door. The wedding was in 5 hours. Hodge and the others simply sat outside and waited. And that's when Susan, Jerry's fiancée, arrived. Jerry's fiancée Susan arrived. She accused Hodge and the others of ruining his wedding. She got so excited. She bent over in abdominal pain. She kept screaming for the baby. Jerry freaked out and ran out to help Susan. Apparently, the game was no longer in play. They went back to the basement of Hodges' house. Check social media. Jerry's mom apologized to family and friends. Apparently, the wedding couldn't go on either. All the bridesmaids posted at the same time. All the bridesmaids posted that the wedding was canceled at the same time. A few of them changed their clothes and decided to go to the wedding. In order not to get caught, the couple turned the game of capture into a game of show and tell. The four of them decided to launch a surprise attack at the end of the wedding. Hodge attacked Jerry and fainted. When they arrived at the hospital, they realized Hodge had a tumor in his liver. Hodge said it wasn't Jerry who really wanted out of the game. It's that he might have to quit the game. He might have to quit the game in the future because of his condition. He really loved the game. He really loved the game. He really loved the game. Jerry said, I always thought you guys had a good relationship. I thought you guys had a good relationship. And that's why I've been running as hard as I can. Hoagie said, but the point of this game is to catch people. You can run and run and run and run and run and run and run. Catch each other is true love. Is to be with each other all the time. So there are still a few minutes to go before the end of May. Come let me catch you it. Jerry pretends to hesitate for a few seconds and walks to the hospital bed and lets Hoagie shoot him. And then he hugged Hoagie with unprecedented relief. And that's the end of the story.